Don't live in a house in Thailand. Many expats who live in apartments in Thailand may after a while think about buying a house because of how nice the extra space would be. In this video we look at 7 reasons for not living in a house in Thailand even if you are only renting it. 1. Flooding. Flooding is a major problem in Thailand. During the rainy season, downpours can be torrential and the drainage systems in place sometimes cannot cope. Some areas of Bangkok flood and suburbs can end up being under a metre of flood water. Floods also happen in other towns such as Pattaya as well as in the country areas. If you live in a house and the area floods, your house and belongings are likely to be damaged, and you may then be forced to live on the first floor if you are lucky enough to have one. However, if you live in an apartment, unless you are on the ground floor, you are unlikely to be affected except for electricity failing or something similar. If there is even a small chance a house may flood, then renting or buying a house in Thailand may just not be for you. 2. Snakes. Snakes are everywhere in Thailand, even in built-up cities like Bangkok. And although they are not likely to ever get into an apartment, particularly on a higher floor, they do often get into Thai houses. They also get into the gardens of Thai houses and have on occasion been known to bite pets or small children playing in the garden. Thailand has more than 200 snake species. Some are poisonous and some are even deadly. 3. Lack of maintenance. Apartments in Thailand normally come with an on-site manager and maintenance man. If there are any problems in relation to the building, they can be attended to relatively quickly. However, if you own or rent a house in Thailand, you are usually the one responsible for finding tradespeople to fix any problems that may occur. This can be problematic if you do not speak good Thai. It could mean you have to rely on your Thai girlfriend or wife if you have one. 4. Second-hand Thai houses. Thai houses are typically not well maintained. Many houses in Thailand, particularly the townhouse or muban type, are not well maintained. When you buy one, and even if you rent, all those problems that should have been taken care of years ago suddenly become your responsibility. Apartments in Thailand in most cases are better maintained than houses. This is simply because labour's cheap, renters leave, and so they have to be maintained in order to get new tenants. Most buildings also have a maintenance man on site. 5. Foreigners cannot own houses. In Thailand, in most cases, but not all, speak to a lawyer about buying property through a company. Foreigners are not allowed to own houses in Thailand as they are not allowed to own land. If you buy a house in Thailand, most likely your house must be in your Thai spouse's name or that of a close Thai friend, normally your girlfriend. Because of these laws, you just need to find someone you can trust with your money. It is not unknown for Thai girlfriends or wives to walk off with a foreigner's house and home. In the eyes of the law, it is not your house, it is theirs, as it is registered in their name. You have been warned. Foreigners, however, are allowed to own apartments. If you buy an apartment, it can legally be in your name, and there is no need to worry about someone else suddenly deciding they're the one that owns it. 6. The risk with visa laws and political uncertainty. Some people would never buy a house in Thailand because of the ever-changing visa rules in Thailand, the political uncertainty, and now the economic uncertainty. Thailand's personal debt is now at crisis point and is likely to reach 90% of GDP this year. As Robert De Niro said in the classic movie Heat, "Don't let yourself get attached to anything you are not willing to walk out on in 30 seconds flat if you feel the heat around the corner." 7. Wrong location. If you move to Thailand and buy a house soon after you arrive, you may decide later it is not in the right suburb or even the right town. If you build a house, you are stuck in that location. If you rent an apartment, however, you can move more easily. Thanks for watching, enjoy your day, and please take a minute to subscribe.